Alright boys, gonna make a quick video on how to get bigger, how to get stronger, and what to do if you think you eat whatever you want and you don't gain weight and you're skinny, skinny dude. So first off, skinny dudes, you don't eat enough. You might think, oh, I eat McDonald's, blah 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 blah. You don't eat enough. Eat more food. If you're not gaining weight, eat more food. It's not rocket science. Sample diet from me, just so you can compare it to yourself to me. First meal of the day, 6 eggs, half a cup of oats, whey protein added in the oats for flavor. Eat that. 2 or 3 hours later, this meal right here, chicken, spinach or kale, white rice, 50 grams of carbs from white rice, 200 grams of chicken, 10 grams of olive oil, and some sea salt. So I eat this 3 times in a row. If you want more mass gain, switch the chicken to ground beef, 85-15. That will make you gain. You can't not gain on that. It's just so much fat. So I eat this 3 times in a row, and then after I gym, I do 2 scoops of whey and a Pop-Tart, and then I do last meal of the day, steak and spinach. 200 grams of steak. So I'm getting around 250 to 300 grams of protein a day. I get in around 300 grams of carbs, and my fats are, around 120-ish. This is just maintaining, by the way. I'm not trying to get bigger or smaller. I'm just eating to be happy. I don't gain any weight. I just stay the same. I'm getting a little bit stronger, though, so that's a good thing. Now, the reason I told you what I eat, and that doesn't mean I don't throw in some random other foods like Oreos and stuff throughout the day, but those will stay the same pretty much every day. Sometimes I'll switch the steak out for salmon or something like that, but pretty much other than that, that stays the same. So if you do not eat more than me, I'm 250 pounds. How much do you weigh? If you just copy what I'm eating pretty much, you should be gaining weight. If you don't, that's when you should be adding in a mass gain shake or making your own shakes at home or eating some, half a cup of oats, a banana, a scoop of peanut butter, scoop of whey or two, some whole milk if you want, just blend it up. Put ice cream in there if you really need the calories. Drink it. Bam. Anywhere from 500 to 1,000 calories. You can literally make it however much you want. If you're too lazy and you just want to scoop some in a cup and drink it, you can get mass gain shakes. That's what FNS, Skylar, and Sick have been using at the house. They eat Chipotle and stuff a lot, so they're still getting in chicken and rice or steak and rice and stuff. So, but the main thing is they are getting the calories in, to gain. So, once you have your diet on point, which is just eating, you don't want to overeat and just get fat. So don't just be like, oh, I'm going to eat whatever I want, Panago, or Pizza Hut. Only Canadians will know about Panago. Pizza Hut every single day, McDonald's. Don't be an idiot, okay? Now, the thing about working out is you want most of your meals to stay the same. When you're bulking, you know what? You can have a donut, you can have some pizza once in a while, but just keep the sources a little bit cleaner. If you're going to get pizza, instead of Pizza Hut, get like a restaurant style pizza that's going to be a little bit healthier. Get a grocery store, like, one of those fresh grocery store pizzas that you just put in the oven for like 15 minutes. They're thin crust. Eat something that's still going to taste good, but it's not going to be full of like shitty ingredients. Or make your own. I personally love Oreos. They don't make me feel shitty. They digest really well. I just eat those throughout the day randomly if I want more calories or I want a snack or something. Pop-Tarts after I work out. There's certain foods that will make me feel bad or feel good, so you want to find out what works for you. Now, once you got your diet on point, just realize that what I'm about to say is based off some scientific studies. It's not like I just made this shit up. Some of it is personal experience, but basically science says you should be hitting every body part 2 or 3 times a week if you're a natural lifter. How you want to do that? Different options. There's 5 times 5. You're going to do the gym 3 times a week. You're going to squat every single time. You're going to bench, overhead press, and deadlift 1 to 2 times a week. You're going to hit everything about 2 to 3 times a week. So legs gets hit always, so legs will grow. But yeah, basically that's a strength-oriented program, and why it's good to start out with that, which I didn't, by the way. I started out with a bodybuilding split, which I'll get to later. The reason I think it's good to start with like a strength-oriented program is because you're weak as shit, and you can make linear progress really fast, really easily, for a good 6 months, and you can use your newbie gains to accomplish that. So for the first 3 or 6 months, I think you should just do a strength-oriented program, whether you want to be a bodybuilder or not, whether you want to be, whatever it is your goal is. If you do this, your squat's going to be decent, your bench and your deadlift and your overhead press will all get higher because you're hitting them 2 times a week minimum usually, than if you're doing one body part split a day, and you're getting more practice on them, and you're going for strength instead of hypertrophy, so you're going to be stronger. So by the time you finish your however long you run it, I would run it until you stall. Just keep milking it. If you're get to 800 pounds, then you're a genetic freak. But most people are going to stall at like 315 on squat or something, 2 plates on bench or something like that. You're going to stall at certain areas. Once you get to a place that you stall at, then you can switch programs. Now maybe you want to go to a just 1 day a week body part hypertrophy program. That's up to you. I'm not saying you can't do it if you want to do it. I'm just saying that if you're going for optimal success, once you do a program like that and you say you got a 315 squat, well, guess what? You're going to be able to rep 225 squats easily. You're going to be able to do 250 for sets of 8, no problem. 275 maybe, depending on how good you. I mean, everyone's a little bit different on how much weight you can rep. My 1 rep max is usually much higher than my repping weight. But anyways, that's besides the point. Everyone's going to be different. Some people will be stronger in the rep ranges. Some people are stronger at the max load. But if you don't train for maxes, you won't have good maxes. So, yeah. So let's say you're going to do an hypertrophy. You want to grow your legs. So you can squat 315. So now you can do sets, of 250. Whereas if you did a bodybuilding split, you might be struggling with like 185 or something. And what's going to grow your legs more? Squatting 250 for 3 sets of 8, or squatting 185 for 3 sets of 8? Well, it's pretty obvious that the more weight's going to, fatigue your legs more. So getting strength will have benefits. There's a lot of bodybuilders that train for strength. In my opinion, I would never go to a full hypertrophy split unless you're taking extra supplements or you're a professional bodybuilder or something. I always think that if you want to switch programs, you should be doing an upper lower off, upper lower off, or push pull legs off, push pull legs off. Because if you do those, you'll be hitting everything twice a week. So you'll start off, and I'm just going to give a quick example. So you're going to do Monday, you'll do chest, shoulders, and tries. So what you want to do is you go in, you do bench 5x5 or 3x5, overhead press 5x5. Then you do dumbbell bench, incline if you want, 3 or 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Then you do side lateral raises, 3-4 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Then you do some tricep work, pull downs, whatever, 4 sets. If you want to add in a little bit more stuff, you want to do dumbbell shoulder push, whatever, you can add in a little bit more, but you do the hypertrophy stuff afterwards. Just like when you do a back day, you deadlift first, you keep those low rep ranges, and then you do a shitload of rows, lat pull downs, etc. So you keep all the other accessory movements in high rep ranges, and you keep maintaining strength gains on your compounds. This will yield a lot of success for most people. So those that obviously requires 5 or 6 days in the gym, and it's not the same days every day. So some people like the upper lower, but push pull legs is a pretty good program. Now, if you don't want to do strength only, you could do hypertrophy days, where you do the first 3 days of the week, you do higher reps, 3 or 4 sets of 8 to 12, and then on the next 3 days, you just do strength, so 3x5. So you're kind of doing hypertrophy and strength. But I don't think until you get to a higher level, you should be doing just full reps, unless that's what you want to do. If that's what you want to do, that's how you like working out, you'll still make gains. It's not going to make no gains on it. But I'm just saying, for optimal success to getting stronger and getting bigger, that's going to help a lot more, and you're going to gain a lot quicker than you would just doing on a aesthetic-based program. Now, a lot of people, they go in and they're like never lifted before, and they're like, oh, I want to look like X person, maybe a fitness model, whatever, whoever it is. Some people want to be big, some people want to be shredded. Your own goal. I don't give a fuck what you want to be. But the thing you have to remember is that fitness is not like it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. I know it's corny, but it's true. You want to be thinking of what you want to look like in 3 or 5 years, not the first year. So if the first year is being sacrificed to get a strength base, That's going to make you look much better on year 3 than if you just did the hypertrophy pace program the whole time. You might look slightly better in the first year, but over time, if you did a proper training split, you will you'll win. I mean, you have to think about it, right? If you're hitting everything 2 times a week for 3 years, that's double the workouts of someone else doing one body part a week for 3 years. So you did triple the amount of him in that time. So you have to take that in consideration, that it's not all about um, you know, instant gratification. So everyone has different goals. If you want to be a powerlifter and just live heavyweight, eat whatever you want, more power to you. But I'm just saying that you have to take these things into consideration. And yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say. So to wrap it up, eat what you want, or eat more if you're skinny. Don't get fat. Just eat more than you do. Okay, you don't eat enough. 2, train optimally if that's what you care about. If you just want to go with your friends and hang out and work out, like doing a whatever split they're doing, that's fine. You know, you're still getting in the gym, you're still working out. And then prioritize what you want to be. Do you want to be super strong? Do you want to be super shredded? Do you want to be a bodybuilder? Do you want to be the fastest man on earth? Well, you have to pick one, because you're not going to be good at all of them. If you try to be really fast, really strong, and really shredded, you're going to suffer at all 3, or you're going to be mediocre at all 3. You need to pick which one you want to prioritize and use accessories. So like I train for strength, I still do some cardio, but I'm not doing tons of sprints every single day, because that's going to hinder my recovery and make me feel tired. So I don't do that. But I mean, if I wanted to be a best runner, then I wouldn't train for strength as much as I do, or only go a couple days a week. So anyways, another thing is to remember is that bodybuilding, powerlifting, being an NFL linebacker, being an MMA fighter is not healthy for you. It's not the most optimal way to live a long, luxurious life. If you want to be super healthy, do moderate cardio, moderate light resistance training, and eat an impeccable diet and never cheat. But I mean, most people don't want to do that. But I'm just saying, if like people often think like bodybuilding is like some sort of healthy sport, like force feeding yourself 4,000 calories a day and training is not really healthy for you. I mean, it's better than sitting on the couch watching TV all day, eating Pizza Hut, and being obese. But it's not healthy. You're healthier than most people, but you're not like optimally healthy. Anyways, I don't want to make this video too long, so